As a mama to six, one of the biggest areas of my life that I really need to stay on top of is having healthy meals ready and available for not only my children, but for my husband and myself as well. So today I am going to take you along with me as I meal prep a few quick snacks and things that are going to save me throughout this homeschooling week. So on today's menu, we are going to be prepping a loaf of bread using my bread machine. We are also going to make some delicious banana muffins, some sausage and egg quiches, some granola, and some zucchini fritters. Now, I only recently purchased a bread machine from Kmart. It was $80, and when I say that this has been one of the best purchases I have ever made for our home, I truly do mean it. I love making bread in this thing, but my second favorite thing to make is bread buns. They are so soft and delicious. And then the third runner up is probably our pizza dough. My husband has been loving our homemade pizzas lately, and it's all thanks to this bread machine. So if you do not do sourdough and you're looking for an easy, quick alternative and you do not have a bread machine, I highly recommend purchasing one. And it doesn't even need to be expensive. This is probably the most cheap option I could find other than like scavenging the op shops, and I am so happy that I made the purchase. So today's mini quiches are super simple. I am simply dicing up some brown onion. I am frying up a bunch of sausages, and then I am also going to grate some cheese and crack about 6 eggs. I like to whisk my eggs up with some salt, some pepper. I add some minced garlic in as well. I'm sure you could add a bunch of different herbs at this point, but I just keep it super simple and basic. None of these recipes are my own, so I will link them all in the description box below, but I will be jumping in between recipes because, as you know, in real life, you can't just cook one thing at a time. When you have limited time, you need to get multiple things started at the same time, and so now I am getting into my muffin mixture. This is a healthy version, I think. It has maple syrup, coconut oil. I put it on my mixer to do its thing, and then I am cracking in 1 or 2 eggs. I think 2 because I was making a double batch here. One thing I always do when I meal prep is I always double the recipes. I like snacking on the kids' meals as well, and so why not? If you're going to put the time into making 1 serving of a particular thing, then why not just double or triple the batch to save your future self some time and effort? This recipe did call for vanilla essence, but I love adding vanilla to basically any baked good that is sweet. I just find that it just gives it that little bit of sweetness and extra taste that I just really love in my baked goods. I added some baking soda, some baking powder, and then some milk, and let it all mix together nicely. I always nearly forget salt every single time. I don't know why, but it's that one ingredient that I always nearly forget to add in. I am adding in my flour, and then I am pretty sure that is the last ingredient until I can let everything mix up and I can move on to the next thing. I am only just realizing that I haven't introduced myself yet. So hello if you are new here. My name is Marissa. I live in central Queensland, Australia, and I am mama to 6 beautiful children. I homeschool 5 of them, but 3 are actually homeschool age. My eldest lives with his father, and then I have 2 preschoolers as well. So that is my life. I am really busy. I am a stay-at-home mum, and homemaking is really important to me. Health is also important to me. And so meal prepping is something that I'm really trying to focus on and get better at doing. When I do it, I am so grateful that I put in the time to get it done. It is something that weighs on me and that I really don't enjoy doing. I would much rather spend 2 hours cleaning than cooking. Cooking is not something I enjoy, but of course, having a lot of kids who I need to feed, it is definitely not something that I can skimp out on. And so I thought that I would take you guys along with me and show you the types of meals and snacks that I make for my kids. Sometimes I give my kids these things for breakfast. Sometimes they just snack on them throughout the day. That is the joy of being at home with my kids. We can basically just pull out anything that we have and eat it at any time of the day. So right now I am making one of my kids' favorites, and this is just homemade granola. It is so easy and simple to make. It is simply rolled oats. I put in some seeds. So today I was using pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds. All you do is add salt. You can add vanilla and cinnamon. I don't think I did on this particular day, but you can also add nuts of any kind. Sometimes I add in little chocolate bits or bits of shredded coconut. I didn't do that in today's recipe. And then you just add maple syrup. You can use honey. I like maple syrup, and coconut oil, and that's basically it. You pop it in the oven and leave it for like 20-30 minutes, and it comes out so beautiful and crispy. My kids love eating it with Greek yogurt and honey for breakfast. Sometimes they will just eat it as cereal. It's such a great healthy replacement for cereal, guys. I highly recommend. Every single one of my kids loves it. So now I am moving on to zucchini fritters, and this is something new. I have only actually made this one time before, but I thought it was such a great healthy snack. Very easy to get some greens into my children, and so I thought I would prep it on this day. All it is shredded zucchini. You dry out all the water inside of it, and then I add in some cheese, breadcrumbs, and a bit of flour. You spoon it all up together, and then you just fry it in a bit of oil. It is delicious. I love it with barbecue sauce. Even if you had it as a side for, if you wanted to feed your husband, you could fry up some bacon and sausage, a bit of egg, and then have those zucchini fritters on the side as like a hash brown. If you are new around here, I did used to be a personal trainer about 10 years ago now. With exercise comes nutrition. And while I am not the healthiest crunchy mama, health is something that I value and that I really want to instill into my children as well. One of the easiest ways that we can eat healthier is simply by making the foods that we eat at home. So one of the first swaps I made when I became a mother was swapping out the snacks that I would buy for my children and start making them at home. When you have 1 or 2 children, it's really easy to eat out often and to buy all the packaged snacks, even the healthy versions. Because I don't like cooking, I would invest that money into healthy versions of snacks so that my kids could eat healthy, but I am also saving time. However, as you have more children, it's simply not feasible. It just gets way too expensive. And now if I bought like a packet of chips, that would be gone in 2 minutes amongst all my children. And so getting good at creating snacks and creating meals at home that my kids not only love, but that is nutritious as well, that is a skill that I have really had to teach myself over the years. Something else I should note is that when I first got married, I knew nothing about homemaking or cooking. I could barely cook toast. I would burn everything all the time. I didn't really know how to cook 2-minute meals either. My mom was a beautiful lady, but homemaking was not a thing of my childhood. She usually had a full-time job, and so I never was taught how to cook or how to homemake or how to clean, how to balance everything. And so that is something that my lovely husband has taught me. He did have a really great example growing up from his mother of how a homemaker should be. She is also a amazing cook, and so he has taught me his things that he really enjoys eating, and that has really helped me become a better cook in the kitchen too. As a homeschooling mom, my kids are always wanting something to eat, and there is nothing worse than getting into the flow of doing something, whether it's my extra work or cleaning or a house project. There is nothing worse than getting into the zone and focusing, and then once you are 20 minutes in, someone is hungry yet again. Meal prepping at the beginning of the week is honestly a game changer for helping the rest of the week flow smoother. It gives me so much free time during the week when I can just pull something out of the fridge, heat it up on the stove or in the oven or in the microwave, and then everyone is fed within 10-15 minutes from start to finish, instead of me having to cook something or think about what they're going to eat or pull something together last minute. If you do not meal prep, even if it is just one time a week, it will help you so much, especially if you struggle to get everything done in your days. So if you enjoyed this video, I would really love if you would subscribe to my channel, like this video. It really helps me out a lot. I would also love to know in the comments below, let me know, do you currently meal prep? Is this something that you are wanting to start doing? And if you do meal prep, I would love to know what your favorite recipes are. What foods do your kids love to eat? If you enjoyed this video, let me know, and don't forget to check out my other homeschooling videos on this channel. I would love for you to stick around. See you in the next one.